18 got released a few days ago and I've been using it since the release date. In this video, I will talk a little bit about my personal favorite features as someone who likes to customize their home screen, and also share some tips and tricks that I found to be useful. I hope you guys will enjoy it and let me know what you guys think of these new features. With iOS 18, Apple introduces a new form of customizing your home screen. We now have a Customize button, which lets you easily modify your home screen. You can now make your icons larger, which will also get rid of the text underneath, allowing for a cleaner look. You can also make your icons dark and use the tint feature to turn your icon into any color. As of right now, the tint feature only works with the icons in dark modes, so it's not possible to change the black secondary color. You can also use the color dropper tool to pick a color from your wallpaper. So this is how the customization feature looks like on icons made using shortcuts. As you can tell, you can change the tint of the icons just like the default ones, but it has a different look as there's no black secondary color, so they look a little bit lighter. Another new home screen feature is this. You can now rearrange your icons to any position you'd like. As for widgets, before iOS 18, we had to choose specifically which size widgets we wanted to apply to our home screen. The widgets are now resizable and it lets you easily switch from small to medium and large widgets. So with iOS 16, Apple introduced this drop shadow behind the text to appear for certain wallpapers. With iOS 18, they changed the threshold for what they consider a dark or light background, and now the drop shadow shows up for many wallpapers I like to use. There are some fixes for this, which I might cover in another video. You can also change the buttons on your lock screen now. Just long press and you can modify it to any button you'd like. You can have it open a different app like voice memos, for example. Now onto the control center. She's back with a whole new look. It now covers the entire screen and has 3 tabs: the main control center, music tab, and cellular tab. So only the main control center tab is customizable and the 2 other tabs are fixed. You can add any controls you like, including shortcuts and controls from third-party apps. Just like your home screen widgets, these control buttons are also resizable. I also wanted to show you guys these small but fun new animations that were added with this update. The buttons now show an indent on the screen when you press them, and the flashlight also got this new interactive animation. A new feature within the calculator app is math notes. You can handwrite any equation and it will solve it automatically for you. I see myself using this feature mainly on iPad, as I really can't write using my fingers, as you can tell. So the Photos app changed a lot. They got rid of the tabs and we now have all the sections on one long page. To view your recent pictures, you will now need to scroll up. Videos now autoplay once opened, and there is this white border on display. Once you tap it, it fills the entire screen. So you might be wondering, where are my recently saved pictures? And you might have to switch the way your pictures are reordered from date captured to recently added. And then your recent saves will also show up. If you scroll all the way down on your Photos app, you will find the Customization button. You'll be able to untick sections you don't want to show up, as well as rearrange sections based on your preference. I, for example, removed wallpaper suggestions and featured photos. One feature I'm quite excited about is that you can change the cover photo of your albums. So here I'm changing what they call the key photo of my cats. And here I'm changing the cover photo of an album. So this is an exciting feature for all the content creators out there. You can now pause the footage while recording a video, kind of like how it works in TikTok. This saves a lot of storage and editing time, so I'm very happy with this feature. Within your settings, you can now set a charging limit for your battery. This helps your battery health, so I recommend keeping it to at least 95%. Within voice memos, you can now transcribe your recordings. Just tap the button on the left bottom corner and it will automatically be transcribed. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I will see you in the next one. The playback also highlights each word in real time. In Safari, they added this hide distraction feature, which lets you hide specific parts on a site like ads. It doesn't work like an ad blocker, so you will manually need to select the parts you like to hide. I will show you how I made this control, which plays a custom sound when you turn it on. I use an app called Miko. Just go to the Control Center tab and pick the Play Sound button. You can choose a cute icon and pick a color. Then give it a title and subtitle. I saved this Ponyo video from TikTok, and in the app, you can just upload a sound from any video you have saved. Lastly, make sure to save the control you just made. To install a control, just long press the control center, search the app and select the control you want to install. Once installed, you can resize and rearrange your controls to your liking. So this sums up all the features that stood out to me. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.